Hi, my name's Roger and I'm the pastor of the church here. If you've been joining us each week, you'll know that we've been looking at a series that we've called Jesus in His Own Words, thinking through some of the quite dramatic things that this guy said over 2,000 years ago, and then trying to work through what exactly those things meant for ourselves. Well, this coming week is the final part of that series. To introduce it, here's another of our leaders. This is David.
Hello, and welcome to Gardener's World. Well, I might not be quite Monty Don, but I guess it doesn't do any harm to dream. In fact, Louise normally says if I can't be found in the house, I'm almost certainly in the greenhouse having a wee chat with the plants. One of the things I have to do throughout the summer is to prune the vine. The vine starts off in the spring producing a few leaves and some inflorescence, tiny, not true flowers because they're hermaphroditic, but tiny little circles which become beautiful bunches of grapes, like this. But at the same time as doing that, it also produces lots of leaves like this, branches that don't bear any fruit. And it doesn't just produce a few from time to time, it produces lots on a regular basis. I last did this a few weeks ago and already you can see it's produced some branches like this. And they need to be chopped off. While it's true the vine needs leaves to photosynthesize, the energy that goes into producing something like that will be more than the energy it gets in return. And so in order to maintain some lovely fruit, we chop off all the branches that don't bear fruit. And to be honest, I feel a little bit guilty about doing that because the branches I cut off often look very attractive. In fact, I've got a vine outside which I grow just for show, and I let it grow rampant through the summer, and it looks lovely. But at the end of the season, it's produced very few, very poor quality grapes that you'll want to eat. Those of you who have been following our Sunday morning broadcast will know we've been looking at a series of pictures that Jesus gives of himself. He gives a picture of himself as bread, of a gateway, of a lamp, of a road to be followed, even of life and resurrection itself. And in this last picture, he gives us a picture of himself as a vine. But the remarkable thing is it's not just a picture of Jesus, it's a picture of Jesus and us and our relationship with him. And if we're part of the vine, I guess the question is, are we going to produce fruit like this? Or are we going to be a branch like this that doesn't produce fruit? We might look very beautiful, but do we have any function? This is a big question because the inference is if we don't produce fruit, we'll be cut away from the vine. But the great thing is, in John chapter 15, Jesus doesn't tell us we have to produce fruit on our own effort. He says, remain in the vine and you will produce fruit. We don't have to push out great bunches of grapes all the time. We just have to remain in the vine, and God, the great gardener, will give us the fruit to produce, and he'll give us the energy and the gifts and the talents and the wherewithal to do the work that he gives us to do. But what does it mean to remain in Jesus, to remain in the vine, to do his work, to bear fruit? Why not join us on Sunday morning as we explore what Jesus tells us about our relationship with him and the purpose of it? And we explore what Jesus has to say about the fascinating world of viticulture. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy some of the fruit of the vine. Cheers.